how can we assist you?
Okay, first of all, number one, there is a culture of cop protection rackets going on in Panama City, Florida. Okay, I'm assuming that you took an oath to support and defend the Florida Constitution. Am I correct on that?
I don't have to respond to that.
Pardon me?
I don't have to respond to that question.
Oh, I thought that would be general knowledge, right? Am I correct on that? Because you're the Florida governor. Am I talking to the Florida governor's office, am I?
This is the governor's office. It's a services.
Okay, now let me just ask you something. If I'm not asking you anything personal, why, and I mean no disrespect to you because you've been very, very professional, okay, but why is it that everybody that I ever talked to there, they will not answer, did you swear an oath to support and defend the Florida Constitution? Yet 876 to the Florida statutes specifically states that in order for anybody to be employed by the governor, they have got to swear an oath that they will support and defend the Florida Constitution. You understand what I'm saying, Fonnie?
I understand.
So what I don't understand is, I've already contacted the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and as I said again, I want to thank you for your professionalism, okay?
No problem.
How long have you been with the Florida Governor's office?
I don't have to respond to that either.
Then, see, no disrespect to you, okay?
It's fine. I know where you're coming from. I just don't have to respond to it. Because, to be perfectly honest, me answering whether or not I took an oath to, protect the Florida Constitution and how long I've been here working for the governor's office, it's not really necessarily going to help you with what you're really calling the governor's office about. I can tell you yes, I can tell you no, but that's not really going to be relevant to what you're telling me.
Well, so here's the thing,
That's
Fonnie.
why I don't have to respond to that.
All right, Fonnie, see, here's the thing I have found basically. I'm known as a whistleblower, okay? I'm known as Jimbikeman in this area. Everybody knows me, not because I'm a bad person. Everybody knows me that I got guts that a lot of people that are a hell of a lot in better, financial positions than me. I care about people. The person who got hit, by the way, I can guess you can tell by my accent, I'm a white person. I'm sticking up for a black...
I'm not judging you.
No, I'm just saying, I'm sticking up for a black person who got hit on his bicycle, Fonnie, where the cops, WNBB did a report, and this absolutely disgusted me. The cops were looking for a reason to see which way the bicyclist was going up and down the road. Well, the last time I checked, it doesn't matter what direction that you're going down the road, you are going to be an obstacle that the cars have to go around. Am I correct on that, Fonnie?
Okay.
Okay, now, so, and then the super loud car stereo, see, Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution says unnecessary noise will not be tolerated. And I talked to all I got on my report is it says B. Johnson, who is an investigator for the Panama City Police Department, okay? And he specifically stated that these super loud car stereos were not an arrestable offense. So I said to him, you understand, you're under perjury right now, which is under 837 of the Florida statutes, okay? I've got the Florida statutes memorized in my mind. Okay?
I, to be perfectly honest, don't have them memorized in my mind.
Well, I did this because, Fonnie, because there are certain statutes that are key statutes that cops will use and try to use them against you. I even one time, you could go to Jim, you got YouTube, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can go under YouTube there and you can see where I have carefully documented government corruption like you would not believe.
Okay.
And what they do is they basically, they all get dirt on each other. I would like to know why it is Sergeant Stryker, I think his badge number is 104. Please forgive me if I don't know his badge number right off the bat. Okay, threatened to knock down my door because I was calling the cops because I was under, Fonnie, it's called entrapment, 777-201 of the Florida statutes, because I had no other choice but to call the cops about these super loud car stereos that the cops can't seem to find. But they can sure find a homeless person.
Was the bicycle hit by a driver?
What's that, Fonnie?
Was the guy in the bicycle, was he hit by someone driving a vehicle?
Yes, he was, Fonnie. It was.
And now is he still at the hospital, or he has a huge bill?
I'm gonna take a guess, Fonnie. I want to thank you first of all for your caring inquiry. Okay.
Sure.
He's got probably looking at over $100,000.
Worth of bills?
Yes, he's got a.
But is he in the hospital though?
I believe he still is. He's at Bay Medical Hospital. Travaris Lamar Ward. And if I had my paperwork, I don't have it close by. I could give you the exact number, but I'm sure that's something that you can look up. And what made me so suspicious about this is because cops in this area, and I'm not against cops, I'm against dirty cops. As I told you, there was a dirty cop right now that murdered Anna Beach because they had a protection racket going on, where this cop, from what I understand, wanted to get into the panties of a female, and he was stalking her, and he shot her and murdered her, and you can go to the Panama City News Herald. And right now he's in the Florida Department of Corrections that you can look under Mark Bamia. He's in jail for the rest of his life. But what I have found is when an individual tries to go against the tide of corrupt cops, they all gang up against you. So right now I'm looking at, I don't know how many times I'm going to go to court. There have been times when they made me go to court something like 10 times. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
And so what's going on right now, I got to go back to court on March 26th. And what they're going to do is they're going to string it out to the point of hoping that I will not show up. And a lot of people it's a trap that they use by the courts, where you will go to court and they'll say, fine, come back to court, fine, come back to court, fine, come back to court. So what they're doing is they're hoping that you are not going to show up. As a matter of fact, the official paper that was given for me for a summons to come to court was not mailed to my secure post office box.
Are you talking about the subpoena?
Yes. A subpoena, you can call it a summons. In other words,
okay. So just to double check with you, how do you need the governor's office to assist you this afternoon, sir?
Well, what I'm hoping is the governor's office will look into cop corruption in Panama City, Florida, where it seems to me like that they've, as I said, I mentioned Travaris Lamar Ward that was hit on his bicycle, which I firmly believe they expected him to die, so that therefore a dead person cannot refute the false charges. And I'm hoping that the Florida governor will look into the facts that I am known as Jimbikeman in this town. I am well known in this town, not because I'm a bad person, but because I'm the type of person, and even in my court records, you can see where I am referred to as Jimbikeman. See, the truth is...
Just interrupt you for a second, sir, and just ask, just one quick question. Have you tried to file a complaint with the Internal Affairs Office?
Well, you see, when I go to the Panama City Police Department and the Bay County Sheriff's Department, I am treated with so much hostility. Bare toleration. Bare toleration. Not because there's also somebody else that you might want to look into. His name is Kevin Wood. A great American. His phone number is 850.
I'm not going to need it. You can tell me what, the rest of what...
Well, I thought I'd give you his 855-785-3768. I would give you his number, and then you could find out what he's got to say of where he was barred at the Bay County Courthouse because he was trying to be an advocate on people who he felt was being railroaded. His number is 850-785-3768. And if we citizens can't call the Florida governor's office, Rick Scott, to do something about it, what are we citizens supposed to do when the cops have got a culture of corruption and retaliation? What are we supposed to do? They use the court system to put false charges. I've already beaten phone harassment charges before. That's under 365 of the Florida statutes. And let me tell you the felonies that these cops are under right now. They're under a federal felony right now. It's called United States Code Title 18, 241, 242, which is a $10,000 fine and 10 years in prison. They're under a felony under conspiracy, which is 838 of Florida statutes. They're under another conspiracy called perjury, which is 837 of the Florida statutes. And it's funny, it just seems to me like us citizens, we're at the mercy of dirty cops. They can take and put false charges on somebody. We're at the mercy of, are you still there?
I am still here.
Thank you, Fonnie.
You're welcome.
And you'll notice that I'm frustrated, but you'll notice that I am giving you all due respect. And so therefore, I'm hoping, even though I've given all due respect to people at the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, I have called Florida Department of Law Enforcement about it, and I was recommended to call the Florida Governor's Office. It seems to me like that there's, what's it called, passing the buck is going on. And if only if they happen to be somebody of power and influence, that's the only time the Florida Governor's Office will do anything.
Okay, so here are my questions to you. Once again, have you filed a complaint with the Internal Affairs Office of the Sheriff's Office?
Here's the thing. I have tried going into Frank McKeithen's Sheriff's Office, okay? I know his secretary used to be Barbara Bell. Okay, Laura Olson, I believe, is the secretary Laura Olson is the secretary for I believe, the Panama City Police Department, and they don't want to have nothing to do with me. As a matter, they barely